Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne. I've got a number of videos here on my YouTube channel. If you started watching now and you watch for 40 hours a week, probably take you 5 to 10 years to watch them all. So there's a lot of them. And not many people watch my videos. I tend to do it for 4 or 5 people that watch each video. So if you're watching this video and you watch it to the very end, and you're one of the 4 or 5 people that watch them, consider this is an important video for you. You're meant to watch it. If you listen just for a minute or two and you switch off, you're the typical audience that doesn't listen, that gets turned off by something. I've been doing an interview with God and different saints from heaven for close to 3 years, 2.5 years. And one thing I've learned in hundreds of interviews with God the Father is that no one really cares about him, that the Christian faith teaches you to devote yourself to God and devote yourself to yourself. And they teach you more about devoting yourself to yourself. Christians don't really care about God, and they uh, they come to God and beg God for things and go through different rituals. Christians pray and they read their Bible and they go to community. They go to church. They sometimes a small percentage of them give to God. They do what they feel is necessary to get their will on earth. Witches, however, decide what they want and they go to Lucifer for their needs and they cast spells and they get largely what they want. Witchcraft is very successful. Christians tend to think that they're better than witches, but witches know the truth. Witches don't even pay attention to Christians. They just, when they come across me, they just latch out. They reach out to attack me. But they're very brazen, very confident in who they are. That's because they get what they want, and their faith seems to work for them. But Christians are always second guessing everything. They're always buying books on prayer. They're buying books on the prophetic. Even the prophetic institution, even prophets, are corrupted. The modern prophet in America and in the West has become like a false prophet and a prophet of Jeremiah's day, when all false prophets, they prophesy about politics, they prophesy about success, they prophesy about breakthrough, all the things that people want. They prophesy all the good things, but God, meanwhile, is upset. He's depressed. He goes through such hardship, and no Christian seems to care about his emotions. And that's just something I know from talking to him. He has very few friends, and there's very few people who actually love him and appreciate him for who he is. Christians are users. Christians are narrow-minded. Christians aren't obedient. No Christian There's no Christian I know that actually knows what Jesus taught and understands what Jesus taught. They say that they're followers of Jesus, but there's no way that they know what his 54 parables mean and his 50 commandments mean. They don't practice the Christian religion. They don't follow Christ. They're very selfish, and they look after their own desires and their own needs, and they try and accomplish all those things with as little sacrifice from themselves as possible. Christians are very selfish and are only interested in themselves, and that's not really a good message, but it's a message that encourages you to change. I encourage you to change. I wrote a four-part series of books called Reframe Heaven, and in those books we made it four books because we couldn't make one paperback, so we made four paperbacks. There was too much information. I encourage you to read those read the first book, Reframe Heaven, book one, and see if you want to continue reading it in order to get yourself a good place in heaven and be promoted in heaven. There's got to be a lot of change made in your current life to have the experience in the afterlife. Perhaps that encourages you. Perhaps that will inspire you. So look up the book, Reframe Heaven by Matthew Robert Payne, and I encourage you to get that for yourself. God bless.